is up, everybody in the world of YouTube? It is me, your buddy Nessa, and once again, this is Squared Circle Addicts. Now, it's Friday, happy Friday, which means the Elimination Chamber is fast approaching. We are 2 days away, so I'm here to bring you my predictions. The first match on the card is... Sorry, I'm going to butcher his name again, but Azika Tazaka, I don't know how to properly say his name, but versus Buddy Murphy on the kickoff show for the Cruiserweight Championship. Simply put, I think Buddy Murphy retains, just because he's been on a tear as of late, and I don't know, I just think he's a great champion, and I don't think it's time to switch over. Not to, glide over that match, but that's what I'm going to do because honestly, truthfully, I don't really watch 205 Live all that much, so it's kind of the match that I care about the least, and I guess WWE feels that way too because it's on the pre-show, and I know a lot of you might give me dislikes for that one, but it is what it is. The next match to discuss is Baron Corbin versus Braun Strowman in a no disqualification match. Again, I know I sound like a negative Nancy today, but this is a match that I could care less about. We've seen Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin so many times. This is a feud that has been going on for quite some time, but it has no meaning. I feel like there's no real payoff, and it's just, I'm not invested, and it's kind of boring, and it's a shame because Braun Strowman was on this mega push last year, and then it died down, and I really think he should have been put in the Universal title picture, and he was, but then, they never really went anywhere with it. Nothing really happened. Same thing with Baron Corbin. I might be in the minority when I say this, but I actually appreciate his work because I've enjoyed him since he was in NXT. I like the Lone Wolf. I'm a fan of his. When he won the Money in the Bank, I was ecstatic about it, but then they took it away from him. John Cena took it away from him because apparently heat that he had backstage or whatever. And then ever since then, he's kind of done nothing. He cut his hair, he became corporate Baron Corbin, but there was no real interesting stuff going on with him. So to be honest, I've lost interest, and it sounds sad, but it's the truth. But I think Braun Strowman wins this one easily. I think it might be a squash match, unless, I don't know, Baron Corbin has help from Drew McIntyre or something, and they injure Strowman again, because I don't even know if he's 100% healthy yet, but we shall see. But I'm going to go with the monster among men for this one and go with Baron Corbin. The third match to discuss, I have no idea if these are going to be the actual order of the matches, but I'm just going from interest to least interested. Are least interested to more interested, I guess I should say. The third match on the card is for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team titles, where Shane and The Miz will defend against the Usos. I would really love to see the Usos win this one because I think they are one of the better tag teams in the tag team division. However, I do think that they are going to keep the titles on Shane and Miz, just because I think that they might do something with them for Mania. And to be honest, I kind of like their pairing. At first I was like, okay, this is stupid, but I like what it's become, and we shall see. But again, I think the Usos are obviously the better tag team, and I know that they've had their fair share of runs with the tag titles, but let's be honest, they put on great matches, and I think they would make great tag team champions once more. The one thing I am looking forward to, though, is I think this is going to be one of those matches that's back and forth, and there might be a lot of high-flying bits because, the Usos, and then of course we have Shane. Shane is always doing crazy stuff. And then of course The Miz is a great ring general. He's a great worker. So I think we're in for a good match with that one. The next match on the card is the handicap 2-on-1 match with Lio Rush and Bobby Lashley, technically defending their Intercontinental Championship, or I should say defending Bobby Lashley's Intercontinental Championship against Finn Balor, the leader of the Balor Club. Not admittedly, but personal bias, because I love Finn Balor, obviously. I would love Finn Balor to win. I think he might. I'm going to go with that. I don't know, maybe Bobby Lashley might retain, and then maybe eventually they might put the title on Finn at Mania as opposed to the Elimination Chamber. But I think how it's going to go down is Lio Rush is going to lose the championship. He's the one that's going to take the pin or the submission, most likely a pin because Finn doesn't really do submissions. But I think that's what's going to happen, and then it's going to cause some tension between him and Bobby, and then maybe the rematch happens at Mania. Who knows? But that's what I would do, because then it would be like, well, Bobby never technically lost, and then Bobby could say, you never really beat me, and then, like I said, blame things on Leo. So I'm going to go with Finn Balor for this one, and I think it's time that they put a major title on him. He was in the Universal title picture. He was teased for it. He never really, after he got injured and lost the Universal title, 3 years ago, he never really had, a prominent storyline. So I think that if they're not going to put a main title on him, the second best option would be to put the Intercontinental title on him, and maybe he could bring back some prestige to that title. At least that's what I hope. So I will go for Finn Balor for that one. And the next match on the card that I'm going to discuss is the Women's Championship match. Ronda Rousey defending her Women's Championship, Raw Women's Championship, against Ruby Riott, the leader of the Riott Squad. And as heard on SmackDown last week, Charlotte Flair will be in attendance, sitting front row to scout out her opponent and see who she's facing at WrestleMania. Clearly, I'm not dumb. Clearly, I know the plan is to have the triple threat at WrestleMania. At least that's what I keep reading. Triple threat meaning Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey for the title. Or who knows, maybe it'll go back to a one-on-one match between Ronda and Becky. That being said, Ronda is always going to be in the equation for Mania. And as much as I love Ruby Riott, point blank, I think Ronda Rousey retains. However, I will say this, I don't want her to, only because I think it would be amazing if they swerved us and it's like, oh, Ruby Riott is champion. You guys know that I am a Ruby Riott mark. I don't make any, I don't try to hide that. I'm very, very open about it. Hello, I wore the shirt for a reason. I think it'd be amazing, and I love the promo that she cut after Raw on Monday where she said that, that she's being overlooked and that Ronda should be paying attention to her. And I honestly think that there was some truth within that statement. I think she was shooting from the hip a little bit, just because I do feel like Ruby Riott and the rest of the Riott Squad are severely underrated. To be completely honest, I don't necessarily like the way they've been booked lately by taking all the losses. Liv got eliminated super quickly from the Royal Rumble. All of them didn't really have a showing at the Royal Rumble, and it makes me sad. It really, really does. So I really hope that even though I know the outcome of this match, I really hope that it's a good showing and that it's a good match and that it's not a squash match. I hope Ruby Riott actually gets it to Ronda Rousey, gives it to her in the sense of beat her up, right before WrestleMania, make sure that she has a hard time. You know what I mean? Show her what you're made of, Ruby Riott. At least that's what I want to see. Again, I know what the outcome's going to be, but I just hope that she gives Ronda a run for her money. So, Ronda Rousey for that one. The next match that we are going to talk about, or that I'm going to talk about, and you're going to listen to me talk about, I should say, is the WWE Championship match, where Daniel Bryan will be defending his title against the Viper, Randy Orton, the Enigma, Jeff Hardy, Samoa Joe, Kofi Kingston. Who else is in this match? I am totally blanking right now. Oh my goodness. Daniel Bryan, Kofi Kingston, Randy Orton, Jeff Hardy, Samoa Joe, and who the fudge is the sixth person? Samoa Joe, Jeff Hardy, Kofi Kingston, Daniel Bryan. Guys, I am blanking right now. I wish there was a way to have video editing software, and I don't have that yet. I need to get on that. But Daniel Bryan, Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, Kofi Kingston. Who the hell is the sixth person? I'm trying to think, and I can't think. Whoever the sixth person is, I don't even know who the sixth person is. I wanted to say Mustafa Ali, but no, he's been replaced by Kofi Kingston. Who the hell? I don't know, guys, and I'm sorry about that. But I think, regardless of whoever the sixth person is, because I can't remember who it is right now, I think it's going to be, the winner of that match is going to be Daniel Bryan, just because I don't think that they're going to end his gimmick so quickly. You know, the environmental, advocate. I mean, it's not really a gimmick. It really is who he is. But I think he retains. Maybe, Eric Rowan might help him out a bit. Who knows? We shall see. But, yeah, I'm going to go with Daniel Bryan. Guys, I can't remember who the sixth person is. And I was going to take notes so if in case something like this did happen, but my other phone died, and I didn't want to read it off of a paper because I thought that would be sloppy, and I should have. Tell me who the hell the sixth competitor is, because forgive me, but I can't remember. But like I said, either way, I think Daniel Bryan retains. And now, off to the main event, at least what I assume is going to be the main event, especially because it's the inaugural crowning of the very first Women Tag Team Championships. In that match, we will see the Fabulous Glow, which is Carmella and Naomi, the Samoan Slaughterhouse, Tamina and Nia Jax, and then Fire and Desire, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, and then the Iconics, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, and then the Riot Squad, Sarah Logan and Liv Morgan, and of course the Boss and Hug Connection, Bayley and Sasha Banks. This is obviously the match that I am looking forward to the most, because everybody who's watched this channel at some point knows that I am a women's wrestling mark. Like, that's the most important thing that I care about, honestly. I think this match is going to be great. A lot of combustible elements in it. A lot of great athletes in it. Literally all 6 of them are good in their own right, except Nia Jax, because she's super reckless. With that being said, I really do hope that they're the first ones to get eliminated, but I clearly don't think that's going to happen, because I think they might show a little bit of their dominance because of, their size and everything. But it would be lovely if they were the first ones eliminated, not only because I am not a fan of Nia, but also because Nia straight out said that she didn't care about the women's tag team titles and that she didn't think they were needed. So I think for someone to say that shouldn't even be in the match. But I mean, when you have a famous cousin who's, beloved by every WWE fan and who's big in the company, then yeah, sure, you get opportunity after opportunity. So there's that. But I hope that the Samoan Slaughterhouse is the first to go. However, I do think the first to go will be Carmella and Naomi, Fabulous Glow, just because they're such a haphazard tag team that was just randomly thrown together, and I think they're just using them to fill the numbers in the match. I really, really hope that at least the last 3 tag teams are the Riot Squad, the Iconics, and Boss and Hug Connection. At least that's what I want, and I think ultimately the Boss and Hug Connection are going to win, because they're like the odds-on favorite. They keep saying how the odds are stacked against them because, Sasha she's cleared to compete, but she's supposedly injured. I still don't know whether or not that's a work or if that's, a shoot. But one of my thoughts was, what if Sasha's not cleared and Bayley goes in it alone and literally beats everyone all by herself? That would be amazing. I wouldn't mind that too much because, as you know, I am a huge Bayley fan, and I think the way they've been building her lately has been great. I'm like, yes, you're back to, reminisce of, NXT Bayley, so I'm really happy about that. Again, I do think Boss and Hug Connection are going to win just because they're the odds-on favorite, and I think for first tag team champions, I think the WWE wants to add credibility to it right away. Not saying that the other tag teams won't add credibility, but they need people to care, and I think by giving them the titles first, people are going to care. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know if you guys think I'm wrong. Obviously, though, what my heart wants, my heart of hearts, what it wants, obviously, what I want is for the Squad to win. I want Riot Squad to win because, to me, they're an actual tag team. In fact, to be honest, I would be okay if the Riot Squad won. I would be okay if the Iconics won, and I would be okay if Sonya Deville and Mandy Rose won, simply because to me those three are the legitimate tag team. You know, they're tag teams. Like Billie Kay and Peyton Royce have been on the wrestling circuit together, traveling together. They've been friends for 14 years. That's a legit tag team to me. Mandy and Sonya Deville, they have grown a friendship since their days on Tough Enough, and then, of course, with Absolution, and now Fire and Desire over on SmackDown. To me, they're a legit tag team. Same thing with the Riot Squad. Yeah, sure, the three of them together was also very random, but from the beginning of their main roster debuts, they have been a tag team, they have been a unit. To me, if booked correctly, I always said that they could be the female versions of the Shield, but clearly WWE does not listen to their fans, because of course I know that I'm not the only one who has said that. You know, and as of late, like I said, they kind of have been jobbing out as of late, losing and losing and losing, and it would be really nice, it would be really, really nice if they gave the tag titles to Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan. And I was like, come on, Sarah Logan's husband, Raymond Rowe, has his tag titles with Henson over on NXT with the War Raiders. I was like, please, please give the Riot Squad tag titles too, because I think that would be really cute. I don't know, I just think it's deserved. Again, like I said, if it's Fire and Desire, if it's the Riot Squad, if it's the Iconics, I am happy. And this is nothing against Bayley and Sasha. This is nothing, you know, to be like, boo, Boston Hug Connection. Because if you guys know me, I love them too. They're my favorite wrestlers. They're both in my top 5. But to me, as great as they are as a tag team, they're even better as rivalries. And that's the same thing for Trish and Lita. Yes, they were tag team partners, but they're just better rivalries. And for the better part of Bayley and Sasha's careers, they have been rivalries. You know, it was teased on the main roster when Bayley beat the crap out of Sasha and told her, you ain't shit, Sasha. That was still one of my favorite things ever. But it never went anywhere. And, you know, I don't know. To me, they're more, like I said, better as rivalries. I'd rather have them feuding with each other. That being said, I want the Riot Squad to win. I really, really do. I would mark out if WWE, like, swerved us and was like, oh, you thought Boston Hug was going to win, but the Riot Squad won. Like, that would be amazing. However, I don't think that's going to happen. I think, again, it's going to Boston Hug Connection. And that's it. That's the full card. Again, guys, sorry for me goofing on the Men's Elimination Chamber. Please let me know who the hell I forgot, because seriously, I blanked. Like I said, I know it's Kofi, I know it's Randy Orton, I know it's Daniel Bryan, I know it's Samoa Joe, I know it's Jeff Hardy, but I can't remember who the hell the 6th competitor is. Unless there's only 5 and I'm like totally tripping. But let me know, guys, and I hope you guys liked my prediction video. Let me know if you agree, disagree, sound off in the comments below. And as always, if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications. That way every time I post, you know. Typically, I post every Monday and Friday. So, yeah, I'll see you guys Monday with maybe thoughts before Raw or maybe some other things. There's a few topics that I'm juggling, so I don't know what I'm actually going to talk about. But either way, I will see you Monday. And, yeah, you guys enjoy Elimination Chamber. Take care. Stay safe. Stay happy. But most importantly, stay addicted to the squared circle. Oh, and before I go, if you do like my ramblings and you want to follow me anywhere else, aside from YouTube, follow me at GreatLove91, both on Instagram and Twitter. I'll see you guys there. Take care, and yeah, have a nice day. Later, guys.